Welcome to Physics for Life. This is a quick revision video of chapter atoms. So atom is a constituent of every element. Every element has characteristic atoms. Atoms of different elements contain electrons which are completely identical. Atom as a whole is identically neutral and therefore contains equal amount of positive and negative charges. Now Thomson's model of an atom. An atom consists of a sphere of positively charged matter in which the negatively charged electrons are uniformly embedded like plums in a pudding. This model could not explain scattering of alpha particles through thin foils and hence discarded. Now next is Rutherford's model of an atom. Geiger and Marsden performed experiments on scattering of alpha particles from metal foils. A collimated beam of 5.5 megaelectron volt of alpha particles was allowed to fall on a 21 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter thin gold foil. The scattered alpha particles produced scintillations on ZNS screen, which were counted at different angles theta from the direction of the beam. It was found that the most of the alpha particles were passed undeviated through the thin foil, but some of them were scattered through a very large angles. From results of these experiments, Rutherford proposed the following model of an atom. First, an atom consists of a small and massive central core in which the entire positive charge and almost the whole mass of the atom is considered, and this core is known as nucleus. And second, the nucleus occupies a very small space as compared to the size of the atom. Third, the atom is surrounded by a suitable number of electrons so that their total negative charge is equal to the total positive charge on the charge on the nucleus, and atom as a whole is electrically neutral. And fourth one is the electrons revolve around the nucleus in various orbits just as planets revolve around the sun. The centripetal force required for their revolution is provided by the electrostatic attraction between the electrons and nucleus. So this model could not explain the stability of an atom because according to the classical electrodynamic theory, the electron revolving around the nucleus must continuously radiate energy in the form of electromagnetic radiations, and hence it should fall into the nucleus. Now next is distance of the closest approach. So when an alpha particle of mass m and velocity v moves directly towards a nucleus of atomic number z, its distance of closest approach is given by r naught is equals to 2k ze square upon e, which is equals to 4k ze square upon mv square, and where this e is equals to half mv square and k is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, which is equals to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Now next is impact parameter. So it is defined as the perpendicular distance of the velocity vector of alpha particle from the center of the nucleus. When it is far away from the atom, the shape of trajectory on the of the scattered alpha particle depends on the impact parameter b and the nature of potential field. So Rutherford deducted the following relationship between the impact parameter b and the scattering angle theta. So b is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into this is z e square cot theta by 2 upon e, which is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught z e square cot theta by 2 upon half mv square. Now next topic is quantization or discretization. So the quantization or discretization of physical quantity means that it cannot vary continuously to have any arbitrary value, but can change only discontinuously to take certain specific values. The energy of electrons in an atom is quantized. So now next is Bohr's atom model. So this model is also called planetary model of an atom and is based on the following postulates. First is nuclear concept. in this, an atom consists of a small massive central core called nucleus around which planetary electrons revolve. The centripetal force required for their revolution is provided by the electrostatic attraction between the electrons and the nucleus. And second, quantum condition. Of all the possible circular orbits allowed by the classical theory of electrons are permitted to circulate only in such orbits in which the angular momentum of the electron is an integral multiple of h. Uh, h upon 2 pi, being Planck's constant. So L is equals to mvr is equals to nh upon 2 pi, where this n is 1, 2, 3, 2 up to infinity. And this n is called principal quantum number. Now, third is stationary orbits. While revolving in the permissible orbits, an electron does not radiate energy. So these non-radiating orbits are called stationary orbits. Fourth is frequency condition. An atom can emit or absorb radiation in the form of discrete energy photons only when an electron jumps from a higher to a lower orbit, or from a lower to higher orbit. So if E1 and E2 are the energies associated with these permitted orbits, then the frequency nu of the emitted or absorbed radiation is given as this: h nu is equals to E2 minus E1. Now next is Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. So an electron having charge minus e revolves with a speed v in a circular orbit of radius r around the nucleus having charge plus e. So for a circular orbit, mv square upon r is equals to kze square upon r. And for a quantization of angular momentum, L is equals to mvr is equals to n h upon 2 pi. And on solving these above two equations, we get the radius of nth orbit, that is r, is equals to n square h square upon 4 pi square m k z e square. And speed of electron in the nth orbit, that is v, is equals to 2 pi k e square upon n h. So now which is equals to alpha c by n, which is equals to 1 upon 137.c upon n, where this alpha, here you can see this alpha is equals to 2 pi k e square upon ch, is the fine structure constant. So next is total energy of an electron in the nth orbit, that is given as En is equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So when you will add up these, finally you will get this as minus 13.6 ze square upon n square into e, this is the SI unit, electron volt. And where this capital R, here you can see, is equals to 2 pi square mk square e to the power 4 upon ch cube, which is equals to 1.0973 into 10 to the power 7 per meter, is called is known as Rydberg's constant. Now next is spectral series of hydrogen atom. So whenever an electron makes a transition from a higher energy level n2 to a lower energy level n1, the difference of energies appear in the form of a photon of frequency nu, which is given by nu is equals to 2 pi square mk square z square e to the power 4 upon h cube, and in the bracket 1 n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. And this is wave number. Wave number is given by mu bar. This is nu bar, which is equals to 1 upon lambda, which is equals to mu upon c, v upon c, which is equals to 2 pi square mk square z square e to the power 4 upon ch cube, in the bracket 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. And mu 1 is equals to 1 upon lambda, and which is equals to rz square, in the bracket 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. So different spectral series of for hydrogen atom are as follows: Lyman, Balmer, Paschen, Beckett, Pfund. Next is energy level diagram. So it is a diagram in which the energies of different stationary states of an atom are represented by parallel horizontal lines drawn according to some suitable energy scale. Next is failure of Bohr's model. So this model is applicable only to hydrogen-like atoms and fails in case of higher atoms. So it could not explain the fine structure of the spectral lines in the spectrum of hydrogen atom. Next is excitation energy. So it is defined as the energy required by an electron by electron of an atom to jump from its ground state to any other of its excited state. Now next is ionization energy. So it is defined as the energy required to remove an electron from an atom. Means the energy required to take an electron from its ground state to the outermost orbit where n is equals to infinity. And now next is excitation potential. So it is that accelerating potential which gives to a bombarding electron sufficient energy to excite the target atom by raising one of its electrons from an inner to an outer orbit. Next is this is ionization potential. So it is that accelerating potential which gives to a bombarding electron sufficient energy to ionize the target atom by knocking one of its electrons completely out of the atom. Thank you for watching the video.